everybody, I'm Joe.
And I'm Melissa.
And together we are J&M Photo Video, and we would like to welcome you back to another episode of our podcast, Blue Hour,
Yeah.
where we talk about all things wedding photography, video, and creative entrepreneurship. And today we're leaning on the side of creative entrepreneurship, running a business.
Yes. With your spouse.
And we are talking about working with your spouse.
Yeah.
So the format's basically going to be, you found an article.
Yeah. I just typed into Google like pros and cons of working with your spouse. And this was like the top result. There's 5 pros and 5 cons. Joe hasn't read this list yet.
Cool.
And I'm going to read them to him. We're going to do like a pro and then a con and go back and forth. But we've worked together. We've run a business together for what, 3?
Oh, this is year 4.
This is year 4. Okay.
Yeah.
So 4 years almost.
We'll turn 4 in.
Yeah. I mean, we've been together for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
How long have we been together?
We've been married for 7 or 8 years and together before that.
Yeah.
12, 13 years?
I don't know. Long time.
Let's not be super specific.
We're old.
More than a decade.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, to go ahead and get started here. The first pro about working with your spouse or significant other is you understand each other. Do you understand me?
Most of the time, yeah.
Let's extrapolate that into, our business. Do you understand what I'm going to do on a wedding day?
Yeah. No, I absolutely.
Yeah. You understand
I know
how
your
I flow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I understand how you flow.
Yep.
You understand like how I edit and what I do.
Yeah.
And that
Right.
And Joe does most of our video editing. I don't do video editing at all, so I have no idea. But like I understand some of the process that goes into that.
Right.
Is there anything else you want to say about?
Well, we understand each other in terms of like not only what to do on wedding days, but like in general in our business, how we kind of split things up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that one.
Right.
You're skipping to a con.
No, not yet.
Okay.
But like you understand me too. Like you're my spouse, so like if like I haven't eaten all day.
Right. Oh yeah.
On a wedding day.
Yeah, there is
you
that.
You know to find me a dinner roll real quick.
Right. Exactly.
You know
I was about to say the same thing. So yeah, I do know you then.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first con on this list.
I'm sorry. That's the best example we could have possibly.
I know, right? Or like,
yes.
I know you.
Right.
Like if I want to, like if we're through all the formalities and like I feel okay getting a drink at the bar at this point at the wedding, I know to bring you a drink and a water.
Right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Because you have not had any water for hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Dad needs hydrated.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So the first con on this list is all you do is talk about work.
Yes.
We literally talk about work so much that like it hinders us getting work done.
Yes.
Because
it's a vicious cycle.
Yes. We get so excited about like a new idea.
Yeah.
Or something that we want to do.
We just did this week.
Yeah. We did this like twice this week.
Yeah.
And it's not good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We'll look up and it'll be 11:30.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh,
I needed to do like 6 other things.
That's
I guess
funny.
I'm staying up till 1. It's fine.
It does permeate.
Yeah.
Almost every day.
And I mean, we have non-traditional jobs, right?
Yes.
We're not working like
9
we're
to
not
5.
going to an office. We're not clocking out at 5.
Right.
So we run most of our business in the evening. I mean, I run it during the day during nap time, but
right.
You run it like after our kids go to bed and on the weekends.
Yep, sure do.
So like you go to your traditional 9 to 5
Uh-huh.
and then you come home and you run this business. So our non-traditional, like we have to always be talking about work. Well, we don't have to, but like we generally
wind up talking about it because that's the time that we have.
That's when we have to do it. We do take time though. Like when we're with our kids, we're with our kids.
Oh, absolutely.
Like we shut off our business. We don't talk about that.
Right.
Yeah. Cool. All right. The second pro on the list is you have each other's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I'm going to like go back to 2022, like wedding season, for instance. Like Joe and I often like to trade off editing weddings. Like if he doesn't have any videos on his backlog, like he'll take the next photo one to edit.
Right.
And I feel like you got a little behind with your editing in 2022. And so like I had your back and I just like was like, I didn't even shoot this wedding. I'll edit it.
22 or 23 or both.
Both, but I'm thinking of like a wedding specifically that you were like, right, I'm going to edit this wedding and I shot this wedding. You weren't even there.
Right.
I'm going to do it from front to back. And like, you weren't doing it. So I just did it and it got done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But teamwork.
And we got the job done.
Yeah.
But no, and like you have my back too. Like, because we've all been to weddings where like things get out of hand and things get like, there's too much alcohol happening.
Right.
Like you have my back. Like you, I know, I feel secure. I feel safe.
Yeah. You feel comfortable doing the job.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I feel comfortable being there. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of different ways that we have each other's back.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Eventually, or sometimes I'm like, all right, I need to pull you back out of this like void that you're in with whatever thing you're talking about for the business.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like you do the same thing with me financially for the business.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Like, okay.
We do not need that camera.
Close the shopping tab, please.
Exactly.
We're not sponsored by any shopping places, so I'm not going to name the one that I'm always on.
Oh,
but
yeah.
like,
he's always thinking about the next gear move he can make. And I'm always like, Joe, you need to be editing this. You need to be doing that. So I have his back with like, all right, financially, our business does not need that right now.
Yeah.
Talk to me again
but
in
like
a few months.
The practical, soft skills, emotional stuff.
Right. Right.
Going to a con, let's get negative.
Yeah, which kind of like ties in to what we were just talking about. Financial troubled water. So what this was saying was if
that Joe wants to buy gear all the time.
No, what this was saying was like if you're in the same industry, okay, let's say we work together and like our company foreclosed and like the business closed, then we both lose our jobs and like we're out of work. We have no money.
Right.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Whereas like for us,
are you getting it like eggs in the same basket kind of deal?
Yeah, like all your eggs in one basket. Like all your eggs are in one company. If both you and your spouse are working for the same company.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
With us, like you work a 9 to 5.
Right.
That's not our business.
Right.
And like our business was actually kind of started because we had financial trouble.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like
right. In a way.
Yes. Right.
It was one of the facets of reasoning.
Yeah. So I don't know if we want to talk about that on COVID, on our podcast. But like,
we'll probably cut this section.
Yeah,
but finish your thought.
COVID hit, you lost your job.
Right.
We were unemployed, like because I wasn't working at the time.
Right.
Unemployed for 6 months. You got a new job, and then we were like, oh, let's start a business just in case a pandemic happens again. Yeah. And like we need another way to make money.
It was to diversify.
Yeah.
Right. It was and I had been thinking about that actually. If we're going to go here, let's just go there.
Yeah.
I had been thinking about that even back to the job that I lost. Right. Like toward the end of that time period, I had that job. I was already thinking, well, okay, what if this goes south?
Well, you were thinking about like starting a photography business before you even had that job.
Yeah, forever.
But when COVID hit and you lost your job.
Right.
Because of COVID and other
became a
issues,
little bit more urgent.
Like it became more urgent that we needed another way to diversify our income.
Right.
But a way that I could also stay home with our daughter at the time.
Yep.
Because we only had one then.
Correct.
So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
New point. I'm liking this.
Okay. So this is a pro. That was a con, like financial issues. We have more time together.
We do.
We do.
You always talk about how we have little built-in dates at weddings.
Yeah.
We get wedding food and we get to have a dinner where we're not like
being climbed upon
or cutting food the size of like nothing.
Yeah. I mean, we get the
ride. We're screamed at.
Yeah. We get the ride.
Our kids are awesome. We love our kids.
Love our
that
kids
sounded
so
like
much.
Not great, but we love our kids very much.
No, but it is nice to have a meal with my spouse that I'm not cutting pasta into tiny pieces so my almost 1-year-old doesn't choke.
Yes.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
Like, and I don't know, our 4-year-old has seemed to be singing at the top of her lungs a lot lately.
At the table.
And, it's nice to not have that.
Right.
But we get the drive to the wedding together. We get the 20 minutes that we inhale dinner together. Right. We get the drive home from the wedding together. And then we get to spend the day together. Like we separate throughout the day. Like you go with the guys, I go with the girls. But
weddings that we're not together, like when we actually do wind up not being at the same wedding at the same time, are such a bummer for me because I just want to share it with you like right away.
We have a couple this year where we're like not going to be together, or there's just one photographer, and I'm a little bummed because I'm gonna miss you.
Right. And then like I'll think after that you were there, and I try to like remember when we and you're like I wasn't.
Yeah. Or like if one of us goes in second shoots,
right?
We're like, oh, remember how cool that was? And we're like, I wasn't there. Yeah, it's fine. All right, let's go to the next con. It becomes a competition.
I don't know. Maybe a little bit.
I don't know.
How do you feel about that one? I'll let you answer first.
I feel like it does and it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like I'm pumped when you take a really cool photo.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited for you.
Yeah, me too.
But
I'm excited for you. The flip side.
Yeah.
Not excited for myself.
No, I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You had talked about in a couple episodes ago how you want to do like a March Madness bracket for like our double exposures of last year.
That's fun though.
That's a fun competition. Like I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we compete with each other.
Yeah.
Because we're not competing for like a higher paycheck either, because everything we make goes into the same pot, goes into the same bank account because it's our money.
Collective thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't necessarily think that is a huge con for us.
Right.
I almost think it's a pro for us because like I don't know.
We push each other.
We push each other to do better and to do good work.
Yeah. I think that is exactly accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I've pushed you along the way and you've pushed me and you've. Yeah.
And I feel like I have grown as a photographer because you have pushed me. Like, and I've tried to catch up to you, and now I feel like I have almost.
So it was a healthy competition.
Yeah, it was a healthy
to get
competition.
To that point.
Yeah. Like I'll do some artistic thing, and you're like, "How did you do that?"
Yeah, I am very jealous actually of your prism skills.
Well, that's one skill that I have.
You have lots of skills.
I don't know. I think you're better at double exposures, but we'll see what the March Madness bracket has to say.
Yeah.
All right. So the next pro is better communication.
Better communication. I think running the business has made us better communicators.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my first thought is more externally, like we're better communicators with other people.
Okay.
We're good at talking about each other too, I think.
Okay.
Like we're good at communicating each other's skills.
Yeah.
To our clients, to our people. I don't know, communication between us. What are your thoughts on it? Are we better communicators?
I think so.
Together?
And I also think we're better communicators like with looks too. Like a pro of getting like a husband and wife team for your wedding is I can look at Joe across the dance floor or at a ceremony and like he knows I want an angle that I can't get because I'm short or I don't have the right lens, and like he can tell from the look on my face like go get that.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? And he runs with his two cameras and he goes and gets what I want.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
You know, I feel like we can like because we are husband and wife, we communicate differently too than like
than you would with a
than you would
with
if you were
second
second
shooter.
shooting. You know, even if it might be your best friend is your second shooter, like you're not going to communicate as well as you do with your spouse.
Right. Somebody that you're with literally all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Did that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
I feel like we're good communicators.
Yeah, I think we are too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gotten better even on wedding days.
For
like
sure.
Me understanding
the
way you operate.
And I don't know. We bought walkie-talkies years ago.
Yeah, we did.
Like, when did we get them? Like 2022?
I think it was 22.
And we, like, because we felt like we'd be at weddings where, you know, we might not have cell phone service and we might need a way to communicate with each other. And like, I feel like I've hardly ever used it because I know where he is. It's like couple ESP, like.
Yeah. You know I'm at the cookie table.
Yeah. No, but like, I know about how long it's going to take you to do the groom getting ready stuff.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to find you in like 2 minutes and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. This is a con. No personal space.
Personal space.
Yeah.
What did they say in the article? Paraphrase for me.
Let me just skim it real quick. I read it a little bit ago.
No personal space. I don't know what I would even. No personal space.
It's pretty much just like you won't have any personal space.
Tell us
because
more.
you're like at work with that person and then you come home and you're with that person.
I get you. So you see them all the time.
Like you see them all the time.
That doesn't really apply to us because I still have a 9 to 5.
Yeah, you're gone
So,
like from 7 something to 4 something. So
right. Yeah, I feel like we have enough space.
We have enough space. And
we do
when we edit too, like we don't typically edit in the same room.
Yeah, usually not.
No.
Yeah.
Like if he's editing a video, like I also don't want to be in the same room as him because he has headphones on. And if I like put on a show, that's going to distract him.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to do that.
Is there a con for distracting each other with random stuff when you're trying to
random stuff? And I like to get comfy when I edit. So like I'll get on the couch and I'm in a giant oversized hoodie under a blankie.
Right.
With like a big tray and my laptop.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I'll edit at this table. I have a walking pad and I'll walk back here, but like, I don't know.
I don't think that's that big of a deal for us.
No, that's not a con. Mm-mm. We have plenty of personal space.
I could see where
and
it
I think
would
it's because like we don't have the traditional job where we're working together.
Right.
But if like you're working at the same office together and you carpool in together, like you literally would be with that person all the time.
I could see where that would be a thing.
Yeah. Okay, this is the last pro on the list.
Okay.
Your spouse can relate to all your problems.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't relate to the video issues as much, but yeah, I mean, pretty much everything else.
Yeah. Because like we're like we cover events, we cover weddings.
Right.
So like if something goes wrong on wedding day and we're covering that wedding together.
Yeah.
Like we're experiencing that together.
Right.
And even if we're like not at the same wedding.
Right.
Like you've experienced something similar or you can relate.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
To what is happening.
Yeah.
So that one, like, that's a pro because we understand the job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even all the other things that happen outside of weddings, like being able to be creative and getting out of your own head and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
We understand each other for that too.
Okay. This one. This is the last con.
Okay.
You will take your work home.
Work home. I mean, well, yeah.
We work out of our house, so like
we don't have commercial
the option
space
to not take it home.
Right.
But like we have to take work home.
That kind of goes back into like it bleeds into everything that we do.
It does.
Right. Like there's usually not for us a stopping point where and that's something that I'm talking to you about and trying to be conscious of in 2024 is like we need to have a time.
Yeah. And I think we've been a lot better at that.
We have.
Like I feel like if we get an inquiry or something, we try and respond to it pretty quickly, but that takes like a few minutes to do.
Right.
But we try and dedicate the time that you get home from work until the time that the kids go to bed is like family time.
Yeah.
So we generally like will respond to emails and stuff during the daytime or during like the evening, nighttime.
But our workflows are getting good enough at this point where we could probably take a day at 2 days a week.
Yeah.
And just shut off.
Yeah, I'm really bad at shutting off.
You are very bad at shutting off.
Which
is a good thing.
If I have galleries to edit, I want to do that instead of like taking a night off.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I've been on the other side of that waiting for my gallery. I want my gallery. I want my photos.
Yeah, I want my video.
So.
Yeah. I'm definitely with you.
Yeah.
That was an interesting list. Is there anything else you would add that you like were hoping was on the list?
Not really.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really like think about it too hard. I kind of was like, what are pros and cons of working with your spouse?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like working with you. It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
I mean, you're my best friend. So.
Yeah. Aw.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. We have fun doing what we do.
Yep.
And I get excited to tell you about stuff when you're not there.
Yeah, I think that's the coolest part.
Yeah.
And it's almost fun to like have a few like that where we don't experience them together.
Yeah.
Because like you have a couple
we didn't do
many
last year without the other person.
Yeah.
There was a handful.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's currently many booked for this year where it's not both of us.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It'll be fun.
It will be fun.
So did you have any that you were expecting to be on the list that were not?
I don't think so. I think it covered it pretty well.
Yeah, I think
albeit a little bit generically, but
well, I mean, we don't have traditional jobs.
Right.
Like we're not going to an office together every day.
Yeah.
We run a small business.
Right.
And small business owners are never off the clock.
Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, in the spirit of brevity.
Oh my gosh, you always say that.
You're the one telling me we need to not be as long-winded.
Oh no, I think they're perfectly winded.
Husband and wife communication here. See, we're in it. Where can they find us?
They can find us at J&M Photo Video on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Our podcast, I mean, you're already listening to it or watching it, but it's available anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Also, you can watch it on YouTube.
Tell your friends.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, share with people who may find value in our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're online at jandmphotovideo.com.
Yep.
Cool. This was a fun one.
Yeah.
Ready to close it out?
Yeah, you're in charge of the next one.
All right.
Bye.